Think of how powerful sex can be if you navigate it properly. Let's say all the women of the world came together and said, we're not going to give men the time of day who have boy tendencies. Men who have slept around with a bunch of women, they're not serious about committing to a woman. Men who have multiple different baby mamas. Either they would A, have to accept not having sex, or B, they would have to change their behavior. Happy hump day! It's your girl Tynesha Renee here, and today's video might be quick. I'm not sure yet. I actually did not plan to talk about this topic at all today, but I'm feeling really passionate about it, so we're gonna get into it. So I'm gonna read you guys this post that I came across on Facebook. Women that mess with dudes that don't take care of their kids is part of the problem. So when I saw this, I'm like, yeah, this is common sense. This is pretty logical, right? Because I mean, what woman would want to date a man who doesn't take care of his kids? But, but, your girl was sadly mistaken. I was very... I'm gonna just read these comments to y'all and then we'll reconvene. What if him and that mother's problem existed way before your time? I'm not trying to fix that. Just as a reminder here, we're talking about a man not taking care of his kids. Just for the people in the back, that's what we're talking about today. Nah, stop putting the next in they-ish. If he ain't a good dad, take that up with his mom. So we can be the bad guy? Nah, I built my man up, yes, but being a father falls on him. That's literally the last person's fault. Cause why do I care that you don't take care of your kids? That's her fault. That's it. The bar is in hell, Hades, the deepest depths of the pits of hell, far away from the Lord. It's really baffling to me that there are women out here who really are okay with the man that they're laying up with not taking care of their kids. And it really makes me wonder, so if you have kids by this person, what are you expecting to happen? And do you expect to get sympathy from people on social media if you are a single mom? Because you just said you don't care if a man doesn't take care of his kids. But in all seriousness, I think that this is very reflective of the issues that we have in relationship dynamics, family dynamics in today's society. Like I said in the clip in the intro of the video, men literally get away with whatever women will allow. I've gotten pushback on this sentiment, but I stand on what I said. As you may have heard, men are the gatekeepers of relationships. Women, we are the gatekeepers of sex. And we know that men like to have sex. Therefore, we can set standards for how we want men to treat us by withholding sex from those types of men. Again, this is just common sense to me. I think it's very easy to understand that logic. But yet again, Facebook proved me wrong when I made this post. Men get away with being crappy because women allow it. Dating would look a lot different if women stopped entertaining men with multiple baby moms, men who don't take care of their kids, men who only hit them up for sex, men who sleep around with multiple different women, men who disrespect women, and men that cannot commit. Sex is an incentive for men and we should utilize it more wisely. Out of that entire list of things, the one that I got the most pushback on is the men with multiple different baby moms, which I actually think is pretty ironic because men don't really like women that have a lot of baby dads, but we're not gonna do the whole gender war tit for tat thing today. That's not the intent of this video. Men felt like it was acceptable for them to have multiple children with multiple different women, and their perspective was that people learn from their mistakes and they grow. But here's my logic, and you can let me know if you agree with me or not. For one, I don't have any kids, so my top preference is always going to be a man who does not have kids either. If I did have to choose a man who is a father, I prefer him to have one child. If he has multiple children, I would prefer those multiple children be with the same person, whether that was a previous relationship or previous marriage. I just want to see that he was able to have a relationship with a woman for a set period of time. Again, as men are the gatekeepers for commitment, it is very concerning to me when I see a man impregnating multiple different women but felt like those women were not the type that he would want to settle down with. Because in my head, if you've come across multiple different women, which means it's not a mistake at this point, you've done it several several times. To me, that shows a lack of discipline, a lack of discernment, and that is a red flag to me, because how can I trust you to lead me if you haven't shown me that you can be disciplined in that area of your life? Am I speaking too loud today? Say it one time for the people in the back, okay? Well. But time and time again, women show that we fail to hold men to the same standards that they try to force upon us. This absent father thing, I absolutely cannot respect it, but this is also the reason why men who are like Future, I'm just gonna use him because he's a public figure. Future is known for being disrespectful to women. He has multiple different kids by multiple different women, and yet women still keep going after him and they're getting the same result. But because Future knows that he can still keep getting these women, his behavior is never going to change. Another interesting comment that I got on this post was from someone who said that having these standards for yourself is a form of weaponizing sex. Weaponizing sex will usually get you the opposite effect than what you're mentioning here. I think stating clear boundaries and firm standards of what you want and looking to build toward has a better effect. Here's the thing. This is me setting forth a standard. Weaponizing sex to me would be the women who say that they're not going to have sex with someone unless they buy them a Birkin bag, unless they pay all of their bills. You know, sugar daddy type of energy. But if I'm giving you standards for how I want you to treat me in a committed relationship, things that are not materialistic, I don't really think that's weaponizing. But you guys let me know what you think in the comments. All in all, the reactions to this post had a underlying tone of hypocrisy, which was kind of mind-boggling to me, because I can't count how many times I get on social media and I hear men saying that women are going for the Pookies and the Ray Rays, they're overlooking the good men, this is how y'all end up being baby mamas. But when I make a post telling women to do better, choose better men, and avoid those same men that men complain about having the upper hand, a lot of men seem to be up in arms. And I'm really just trying to understand where that's coming from, because you know and I know, and you know that I know that you know that if I were to get pregnant by a man who's like Future, so someone who is known to be a womanizer, disrespects women, so on and so forth, and then I start complaining about the issues that I'm having with him, most people are gonna say that it was partially my fault because I knew who he was when I walked into that situation. So yeah, I'm really curious to know what you guys are thinking. At the end of the day, women, I just hope that we can all understand the power that we all hold. And if we all held ourselves to a higher standard and made men meet us on that same path, a lot of men would turn their behavior around. Of course, there's gonna be some outliers who are no good either way, the same way that some women might be no good either way. And naturally, most men would say, well, whatever you won't do, the next woman will. But if the next woman is holding him to the same standard, and the next woman is holding him to the same standard, he's going to end up seeing a pattern and realize, all these women are holding me to these standards that I'm not meeting. But what do I know? My name is Tynesha and I just be talking. Men, I really need y'all to chime in here. Please help me understand if you saw that post as negative or if you felt like it was offensive, because to me, and maybe I'm interpreting it wrong, it does kind of give off a vibe that men just want sex to happen on their terms. If we do it too soon, it's a problem. If we don't do it when they want us to, it's a problem. If we make them work too hard, it's a problem. If we don't make them work hard enough, it's a problem. Let me know what you're thinking in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.